Hey everyone, welcome back to InfoDudes, where we help you to level up your tech game. Today we are talking about microservices architecture, a powerful solution used by the tech giants like Netflix, Amazon. Curious about why companies are moving from traditional monolithic architecture to adopting a microservices? We got you covered everything. Let's get started. Before we jump into the microservices, let's understand the monolithic architecture. Imagine you are building an app like Netflix. In monolithic setup, all the features like video streaming, user authentication, content recommendation are built on the single code base. It's like having one huge block that handle everything. ये काफ़ी कॉमन अप्रोच होता है स्पेशली फॉर स्मॉल प्रोजेक्ट क्योंकि सब कुछ एक जगह ही मैनेज हो जाता है। लेकिन जैसे जैसे आपका ऐप ग्रो करता है प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाती है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू नीड टू अपडेट जस्ट अ वीडियो स्ट्रीमिंग फंक्शन, you have to redeploy entire application. This become a nightmare when the app scale and millions of users are involved. Now let's talk about the microservice architecture. Unlike the monolithic architecture, microservices break down the app into independent services. Each service is responsible for single feature like user authentication, video streaming और a payment processing. समझो आपका एक पजल है और हर पजल एक पीस इंडिपेंडेंट माइक्रो सर्विसेज है। ये पीस अपने आप वर्क करते हैं बिना पूरे सिस्टम को डिसरप्ट किए। Netflix initially started with a monolithic system, but as they scale and manage millions of the user, that's when they transition to the microservices. Now each part of the Netflix like user profile, video recommendation and billing is handled by the separate microservices which communicate each other via APIs. So why did company like Netflix and Amazon switch into the microservices? Let's go over the key benefits. Scalability. With microservices, you can scale individual services based on the demand. Imagine a situation where Netflix recommendation engine need more power processing during a peak time. They can scale that service independently without touching the video streaming or billing services. मतलब आप सिर्फ उस पार्ट को स्केल करते हो जिसमें लोड ज्यादा है, बाकी पार्ट्स पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। Second thing is independent deployment. Each services can be updated and deployed and maintained independently. If there is a bug in the payment system, the dev team can fix and redeploy the service without affecting the rest of the application. The third thing come here, technology flexibility. Each microservices can use different technologies or programming language. For example, Netflix uses Java for the streaming services, Python for machine learning tasks like video recommendation. This freedom to choose best tool for the job is a massive advantage. Another excellent example of a microservices in action is Amazon. Back in the day, Amazon was a monolithic system. But as their e-commerce platform expanded, they started running into issues with scaling. So they move into the microservices. Now Amazon's platform is composed thousands of the microservices that can handle everything from the customer order to product recommendation. इसका फायदा ये हुआ कि अगर एक सर्विस फेल होती है जैसे ऑर्डर सिस्टम, तो बाकी सर्विसेज जैसे सर्च और रिकमेंडेशन अनअफेक्टेड रहती है। That's why Amazon can handle Black Friday traffic effortlessly. They can scale different parts of their platform as needed. Now, microservices sound amazing but aren't for everyone. For a small app or a startup, the overhead of managing multiple services might not be worth it. Microservices are best suited for the large-scale application where scalability and flexibility and independent deployment are crucial. अगर आपकी कंपनी रैपिड ग्रोथ फेस कर रही है जैसे ऊबर या फ्लिपकार्ट, तो माइक्रो सर्विसेज काफ़ी इफेक्टिव होती हैं। लेकिन अगर ऐप सिंपल है, एक मोनोलिथिक स्ट्रक्चर ही बेस्ट होता है उसके लिए। While microservices have lot of advantage, they come with lot of challenges also. Like infrastructure costs are higher since each service requires separate resources and monitoring tools, plus managing communication between the services using APIs or message broker add complexity. That's why many small companies or startups still opt for monolithic architecture. Managing a microservices based system requires investment in DevOps, monitoring and container So that's it on monolithic and microservice architecture. I hope this video gave you clear understanding of a key difference, benefit and challenges. Microservices might not be solution for every project, but for the large and scalable system, they are game changer. If you have any question, drop them into the comment, and also don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Also, you can follow me on the LinkedIn and on the Instagram also. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring with InfoDudes. Let's see you in next video.